up, Buddy Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Sakamoto Days chapter 194. And before I get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable Bubba Kitty, who's somewhere around here, hopefully being a good kitty, and this operation literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one, feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to our Patreon where we are doing our anime live reaction content, because unlike YouTube, where we constantly have to worry about getting a copyright strike for showing anything on the screen, well, Patreon, we don't have to worry about that. So we could have our full setup of the anime and manga side by side and have the audio to boot, which is not only great for busting a botched localization or two, but it's great for when we cover anime original content, like, say, Dragon Ball Daima, or for Bleach 1000 Year Blood War, which we do have the 1st and 5th episodes available for free on Patreon. And the more views and subscribers we get on Patreon, the more anime we'll cover. And hell, if you are a $10 patron, you get to choose the series we cover as well. And there's a stack fall anime season in full swing and more on the way. So please check out our Patreon. The link is in the description box below. So last chapter of Sakamoto Days, we were continuing the Tenkyu versus Shin fight, and we learned quite a bit about both Tenkyu and Shin. In regards to Shin, we learned that, as his power is developing, he's not only able to overwrite another person's thoughts, only for one time, though, for now, but he can overwrite his own thoughts, which I think is kind of cool. But with Tenkyu, though, there's another question that is raised about if he could be saved or not. And hell, if Shin's the only one who could save him. Because we saw that he has a sniper eye. And if the organization, like, straight up inserted that sniper eye via surgery, well, the way his brain is wired is going to be completely changed because of how, because heightening the sight, his eyesight, is going to dull down his emotions. Because as I discussed last week, they go through the same area of the brain. So this will be very interesting to see how Suzuki goes about this. But anyways, let's get to this chapter, see what's in store for us this week. To protect Sakamoto's daily life, Shin decided to return to being an assassin, and the battle in the prison heats up. Here we go. And this chapter is titled Quick Perception. He's pretty far. I can't reach his mind. Don't be so scary, Shin-kun. I want to kill you quickly too, you know. Woo! It's no good. Just as I thought, using my left eye makes me feel sick. Yeah, that's probably gonna happen. Damn it, my body is almost completely paralyzed. Think, there's gotta be some way to turn this around. I need to find it. Woo! Oh, shit. Move, damn it. So, gotta wonder how long Tenkyu is gonna be able to use the sniper eye. It's got to be very limited to, maybe a few minutes at most. Huh? No way. He should be able to run with that wound. Wait, was I able to use that? It wasn't just a one-time thing? Woo! My ability to overwrite thoughts. By sending electric signals to the brain's basal ganglia, you could quickly change thoughts and actions, but the human body can only handle it being used on others once. However, if used on oneself, the body won't resist its own signals, so it's possible to use it on yourself as many times as you desire. That makes sense. I love it. Okay, there's more here. A shocking series of battles in the JA prison. Chaos and murderous intent collide in an all-out battle. Sakamoto Days, yeah! But this is very interesting, though. I want to read this again. This is very interesting. My ability to overwrite thoughts by sending electric signals to the brain's basal ganglia. All right, let me pull up what the basal ganglia is, because that's kind of really important for this. All right, so what the basal ganglia is it's a group of brain structures linked together, handling complex processes that affect your entire body. And while it's best known for their role in controlling your body's ability to move, experts now know they also play a role in several other functions such as learning, emotional processing, and more. So this right here is significant. Right here, it plays a role in several other functions such as learning, emotional processing, and more. So if Shin develops his ability enough to manipulate Tenkyu's basal ganglia, he might be able to feel emotions. And where this is located is at the center of your brain that form connections, and these connections allow different areas of your brain to work together. And the basal ganglia manage the signals of your brain that sends manage the signals your brain sends that help you move your muscles. So let's see. Let's continue here. By sending electric signals to the brain's basal ganglia, you can quickly change thoughts and actions, which does make sense based on what. And by the way, the source I use is Cleveland Clinic. I used a credible source for this. I didn't use Wikipedia. But the human, and this is fact that it said that about, the additional research, that even makes it better, because I don't think you would get that on Wikipedia. But the human body can only handle it being used on others once. I think if it was a normal human body, that's the question I raised last week. If it was a normal person's body, would it be able to be happen once, more than once? That's a good question, though. With Tenkyu, and compared to Tenkyu, like Tenkyu, I think there's a stronger mental barrier because of how his brain is wired. That's what that's what I said last week. On a regular person, though, there's not as strong as a mental barrier. Now, if you want to make the argument because their mental capacity is a lot weaker, sure, you can make that argument. Now, if you're talking about like an athlete who has a lot more flexibility and whatnot, then sure, you can make the argument that his body movements could be controlled more than once. But like on an average person that doesn't have that athletic ability, yeah, I think it could only happen once. However, if used on oneself, the body won't resist its own signal, so it's possible to use it on yourself as many times as you desire. I think, here's what I think about that, though. That's OP to a point as well, if you think about it. But I think you have to for this to work, I think you have to be mentally strong enough to do it. Like, if you are mentally weak, and also if you don't have strong enough muscles and hand-eye coordination and whatnot, you wouldn't be able to do this. Shin, because of being an assassin and being flexible and all that, he can handle this. I don't get it, but lucky me. In that case, I can fight. Yeah. Ooh, here's a gift. He's using his tooth as an arrow. Ugh. Ouch, that hurts my bones. My body's durable, though. Just keeping up with Tenkyu's movements isn't enough to win. Oh, this art is great. No matter how much I push my body to its limits with my thought overriding ability, I can't match his movements. Wait a minute. It's not about moving my body. What if I order my brain to work at full capacity? Bro, do you want to kill yourself? Shinkan, I wonder which of us will die in the end. Can I handle this? No, I could do it. I'll push my brain's processing speed to its absolute limit. Bro, you are asking to die at this point. if he pushes his brain to his limit like that, he is basically asking to die. Like, this is, I'm talking about brain death. Man, being a what's the word I was looking for? Vegetative state. There we go. Huh? Something's happening. Too slow. I got it! Yeah! Ooh! Are you crying? Crying? No, wait. You're scared. Scared of killing me. Did I get that right? Ooh, you're wrong. Despite everything that's happened, I was still holding on to some hope. I was hoping that in the very end, I would be the kind of person who hesitates to kill. But I was wrong. Ooh! I have no hesitation in killing you now. I've come to understand that I'm someone who doesn't belong with the Sakamoto store. Die! No way! Sakamoto-san! Sakamoto-san! Right in the moment Shin was on the verge of ending Tekyu's life with an arrow. Now, I want to go back to what was said about the basal ganglia here, because this is very important. The basal ganglia, right here. Best known for their role in controlling your body's ability to move. Experts now know they also play a role in several other functions, such as learning, emotional processing, and more. And with Shin pushing his brain to the limit like this, because remember, he said he was pushing his ability and his brain to the limit. By doing that, that includes his emotional processing. And that's why I feel like that's why he was crying. And there's also more here. I should put, there is more I want to mention here. Because we kind of see it in this chapter. Another job of the basal ganglia is processing how you evaluate goals and risks. It also processes signals that affect your emotions and motivation, which we do see here. Let's go back here and look at this. Because it says here, and I think it's here, I would say, the decisions and risk, like Shin's decision to let's see, about pushing his body to the limit, for one thing, and his motivation of doing what he's doing. Let's see, where is it? This part here, I was hoping that at the very end I would be the kind of person who hesitates to kill. Like this part here as well. That means it also plays a role in learning and forming habits, planning and carrying out tasks, and more. Yeah, we saw it in this chapter. We saw it with how Shin was figuring out how he was going to stop Tenkyu. And that was by pushing his brain to the limit. When he pushed his brain to the limit like that, I wonder if that, when he did that, I wonder if that had to do with how, when he says, something's happening too slow, when you saw Tenkyu's arrow just like moving in slow motion, I think that was the function of the basal ganglia that Cleveland Clinic is talking about. I think that's what it's kind of referring to. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And then there's the reward and addiction portion here. Because the basal ganglia involves a process like emotions, motivation, and habits, they also affect how you learn and how you feel in response to things happening around you. That includes feeling good, a reward about something you do, or feeling the need to avoid something. Because of the involvement of your brain's process with rewards, habits, and motivation, the basal ganglia also have a role in illnesses like addiction. That's actually very interesting. You learn something every day. But this, though, I really think this this part here also comes into play with when Shin is crying too. I do. But, I want to see if there's anything else here. Oh, I think that's the main thing here. Oh, here we go. This is the common conditions I feel like might need to come to. Okay, this is what I thought could have happened here if Shin pushed himself too far, because I said he could have ended up in a vegetative state. Yeah, one of the diseases that that are associated with the basal ganglia is a stroke. There's also concussions, brain tumors. I didn't know ADHD was associated with it too. Well, the X one, but I have that. There's also Tourette's, multiple sclerosis, Huntington's. Like, I don't think he would have. There's Alzheimer's, which I wouldn't be surprised if that affected him too. But yeah, I think the main one that I was thinking he would get, that would have been stroke. It would probably be the one that would make the most sense. But yeah, I thought he was going to end up in a vegetative state. But let's see. Oh, there's also like Parkinson's and Huntington's disease. But here we go. Common signs or symptoms of problems affecting it. So like there's balance and coordination problems, muscle weakness and spasms, shakiness and tremors, vision problems, and slurred speech. Now, if we saw this happening in this fight, then I think we would be like, okay, this is for sure when Shin's really pushing it to the limit, pushing his basal ganglia to the limit. And to an extent, I think we kind of saw that when with the panel where the arrow is, where Tenkyu's arrow is kind of looking a little trippy to an extent. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. But I'm trying to see if there's anything else I need here. No, I think that's basically it. I'll put the link to this in the description box. But yeah, I thought that this is very interesting. I know I'm probably overthinking it, but just looking at Cleveland Clinic's information about the basal ganglia and seeing what is happening in this chapter as Shin's doing, as Shin's processing all this information, it totally fits with the function of the basal ganglia. And I have to wonder if Suzuki probably did a little bit of research on it. I don't think they use like Cleveland Clinic or something like that. They had to do like some basic research on the brain to do this. But again, like looking at the function, now I got to go back to this though, because I raised that question last week. Looking at the function of the basal ganglia, do you think that Shin could still save Tenkyu? This is if his power is developed enough. Can save Tenkyu by activating, because the basal ganglia could be what's suppressed a little bit. Could be. But if he was able to like turn on, Shin's powers developed enough, could he turn on the switch / activate Tenkyu's emotions? I kind of think so. I really do. It's gonna be hard, obviously, but I think he could do it. I really do. But it's gonna be very hard to do it. But what do you guys think of this chapter? What do you guys think of how the basal ganglia came into play for Shin? I really like how Suzuki executed this. But the one thing I would have liked here, and I think this would have made it even better, is if we had like some anatomical visual exposition. So basically, if we would have had, because I don't think we had this here, is if we would have seen like here, basically here, what if I order my brain to work at full capacity? Or hell, even when Shin mentions I don't think he said it here. No, he did. Yeah, we didn't see it. Like when he's saying by sending electric signals to the brain's basal ganglia, I really wish we would have had some visual exposition, anatomical visual exposition, showing where the basal ganglia is in the brain and showing the electrical signals going through it. And then when he says, where is it? What if I ordered my brain to work at full capacity, like show the brain again, but like have it like light up, like go like, I think that would have worked. That would have made this chapter so much better, and it would have made it more effective, at least for me. And I would have loved to seen like how the neurological branches. I would have loved to see it light up and see how it just see how it worked through the rest of the body. That would have been sick. And you know where we've seen that in effect, actually, in terms of art, we've seen it in Bungo when Bungo was pitching. We saw the neurological branches like up his arm and saw how it was affecting his body as he was moving. It was sick. I would have loved to seen like that's probably asking too much. That would have been kind of cool to see a little bit of that here. But let me know what you guys think of this chapter. What do you guys think about how the basal ganglia played a role inside of Shin, with Shin's actions here? And do you think that tapping into the basal ganglia, if Shin can do it for Tenkyu, could bring back his emotions? Or not bring back, activate his emotions. I really think that is possible. I think if anyone could do it, I think the only person that could do it is Shin. But now, this is going to be, now going back to Sakamoto being here is going to be very interesting. Now that's the other question too. I got to wonder if Torres alerted Sakamoto on what was going on. That's another good, because like, how the hell did Sakamoto know to come here? Was it Torres that alerted him? Well, we'll have to wait and see next week. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more Sakamoto content. A few ways you could do that: donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off our Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network, that's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye!